Today we have to talk about ASTER because as you guys can see, ASTER is up 7.4% in the last 24 hours, 25% in the last 7 days, 45% in the last 14 days, and 12% in the last 30 days. And as you can see, we do have $1.3 billion in volume, 2.7 billion market cap. ASTER is doing great, and it is literally broken out this bullish pattern that we had, which was a bullish expanding triangle. Now it's about to break out of another one, and I mentioned this 6 days ago that we were going to have a breakout and that the rally is going to start again for ASTER. And as you can see, it did exactly that. I mentioned yesterday it was about to break out again, and it happened again. So anyways, we're going to talk about this, guys. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. Let's get straight into it. Go ahead and become a member of the channel, guys. Anyways, let's talk about this. So as you can see, this is yesterday's video, and this is about ASTER. Look at that nice breakout right there. So that's a pretty good breakout. And as you can see here, the bullish expanding triangle has just been broken. And not only that, 6 days ago when I made my ASTER video, as you can see over here, it was actually inside of another pattern. Actually, it was a bullish ascending triangle. So it broke out of the bullish ascending triangle, and then after breaking out that bullish ascending triangle, it then went ahead and broke out of this, which is the bullish expanding triangle. So ASTER just had a bunch of bullish signals back to back, and now it is where it's at now. So that's pretty good, you know. And like I said, like this video was from 1 day ago. You know, that's when we broke the Fibonacci, and then we continued on an uptrend. So now what do we have next here for ASTER? Right now, we're currently looking at this resistance at the top of this bullish expanding triangle. And technically, since it's a bullish expanding triangle, we should break out to the uptrend, to the upside technically. But remember, we can get invalidated. But if we are to break out right now, what we are looking at now is up to $1.50. So that's the next area for us to hit, is $1.50. So if we break out of this, that's where we're going next. And why do I say that? That's because we had resistance all inside of that area, and we also had support for that area as well inside of ASTER. So $1.50 is just a significant area for it. So that's the next resistance for us to pretty much hit in ASTER. As it goes up, it should hit about $1.50. So I'm pretty bullish on ASTER. I think we're gonna have a nice pump coming in here. This is just a 4-hour chart. If I come over here to the daily chart, you know, you can't really see much on it because it's such a new project. You can't really see anything on it. But as you can see here, lots of buying volume coming in. Now let's go over here to the hourly chart to see what's happening immediately. So right now, as you can see, obviously we have this rejection here, and you can see the percent R trend exhaustion has the both long term, which is the blue line, and the short term trend, which is the white line, all the way up here. But it looks like both of them are going to come back. It's probably going to do the same thing where the short term trend comes back all the way and the long term trend stops halfway. So if you look at the patterns that we're actually creating here, this pattern is probably more than likely going to be the one that we're following if, you know, if we do come down a little bit. So you could end up seeing something like this happen where we have this blue line, which is the long-term trend, coming down here and stopping right here. And then the white line, which is the short-term trend, coming all the way down here and stopping down here, and then coming right back up, sending the long-term trend up as well. So this is a possibility that could happen. And this is actually the same style of technical analysis I have on Bitcoin for the weekly chart with the percent R trend exhaustion. And the percent R trend exhaustion, doing it this way, I've actually been able to track the bull market, and I've been able to track it very well. So check out the percent R trend exhaustion. That's a free indicator, so you don't even have to pay for it. Percent R trend exhaustion, very free. But as you can see here, it's been tracking this, and I've been using manual TA with it as well. So, you know, it's been doing good. The 85% drop in Bitcoin brings us down to 85K, or I mean a 32% drop in Bitcoin brings us down to 85K. Each pump inside of Bitcoin for this cycle has resulted in a 32% pullback, followed by some type of bullish pattern. As you can see here, 32% pullback followed by a bull flag, 32% pullback followed by a falling wedge, and now we have another falling wedge, and we also had a bearish expanding triangle, which is why we broke down to the downside in the first place, was our bearish expanding triangle. But then we also have the falling wedge here as well. So as you can see there, falling wedge is supposed to be bullish, but anyways, we're continuing to break down here. There's a possibility that we break 85K. If we break 85K, we break that bullish structure. If we break 85K, we break the bullish structure, right? That means that we're going to have a bear market if we do that. So if we go below 85K, it will look like the % trend exhaustion selling off to oversold areas. The white line, which is the short-term trend, would come all the way down here to the bottom of that oversold area. And then what it would end up doing is bringing the long-term trend all the way down here. Because the problem is with this whole bull run since 2024, well, since 2023 till now, you can actually see that every single time the short-term trend pulled back, the long-term trend only went back halfway. That's why we stayed bullish the whole time. But if the short-term trend pulls all the way down, what will that do? It will pull the long-term trend all the way down with it. And if that happens, then we're bearish. Now we're going into a bear market territory. So pretty much what I'm saying is, if we go below 85K, we are screwed. If we see the % trend exhaustion going below this structure and not continuing back on an uptrend, we are screwed. Because look at what happened the whole time. I'm going to show you guys this, and this is going to explain everything. Just look at how it broke down here, and then look at the structure right here. The % trend exhaustion, long-term trend goes halfway down. The short-term trend goes 3/4 of the way down, but none of them go all the way down, and then it goes all the way back up. And then you can see that was for the first one. The second one right here is this wave right here. % trend exhaustion halfway down for the long-term trend, short-term all the way, well, 75%. And then you can see the third time, that's what we're experiencing now. We do not want to go below this area. Look, we're already hitting it, which is already a red flag at this point, but we need to see the short-term trend curving upwards going into December, and we need to see the long-term trend curving upwards going into December as well. If that happens, we're bullish. We're about to break out and probably create new all-time highs if that happens. So we need to do that. If we go below 85K towards the 75K range, I want to say the market's over. But remember, at that point, if we go down to like 65K, now we're at the highs of the previous cycle. Now we're definitely bearish. So if we go below 65K, like, we're just completely done. If we go below 75K, we still can be revived because we're still above the previous all-time highs. But now we're hitting the highs of 2024, and we want to stay above that. And if we go below 85K, that just starts it all. So we don't want to go below 85K at all, right? And you can see the MACD over here. Lots of selling pressure here for Bitcoin. But yeah, it is what it is, guys. It is what it is. But other than that, ASTER is doing, fairly well. So let's see if we can break out and hit $1.50 here inside ASTER soon. But anyways, this is all I got for you guys today. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. Go ahead and become a member of the channel, guys. It's only $9.99 per month, and I'll go over any stock or crypto for you. All you got to do is make a request in the comments of any one of my videos and let me know what you want me to go over next, and I'll make a whole video doing a technical analysis on it, as long as it's not some type of low cap scam coin or something like that. But anyways, go ahead and do that, and as always, I'll be back with another video.